Hey guys, Giggity back with another video, and today we're going to be breaking down the betting odds on DK Sportsbooks for the MLB. Today I'll be joined by my brother Earl DFS. His link will be in the description below. Go ahead, check that out as well. But essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to go and look at the betting odds for the division winners, league winners, World Series winners, regular season wins. We're going to look at awards, just a bunch of different betting odds that are going on for the MLB this year and see what we think is going to be the best odds. Try to get you guys up on a level that you probably could feel comfortable betting on some of these things. So without further ado, we're going to start by going into the divisional winners. We'll go ahead and start with the NL Central. And just going over this, Pittsburgh, I'm not even going to think of. I think if I would have to go with one, my pick would be plus 230 with the Cincinnati Reds. They got the easiest schedule in the MLB, or in terms of strength of schedule, and they're just getting a bunch of their guns back, and I feel confident that the Reds will be actually able to pull off a division win. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I agree with you there. That the Reds would be my pick. They have pretty solid pitching. Aquino really came into form last year. Suarez really came into form last year. Duvall is a good player as well. They're definitely a team to look out for, and I think they can definitely make some decent noise in this NL Central this year. If I would have to pivot away from them, it's the Cardinals. I don't think they've gotten any worse. They got Jack Flaherty as their ace, so he really came out and he had a really good 2019. They still got Paul Goldschmidt, one of the best hitting first basemen in the league. So it would have to be either Cincinnati or St. Louis for me. I have no interest in Pittsburgh unless they extremely outperform their expectations, which I do not see. Even though they do have a good, they do have a decent lineup: Josh Bell, Brian Reynolds, and Kevin Newman. But I just don't see them really making any noise because with their ace being Musgrove. I don't see them doing anything there. Brewers, the only way they really do anything good is their bullpen. Josh Hader is still one of the best closers in the MLB, but their starting rotation is awful. They replace question marks with question marks, and I just don't feel comfortable laying plus 325 on the Milwaukee Brewers. Cubs, yeah, I can see that, but I don't see enough value in there for me. I like the Reds at plus 230.
I just don't feel like I want to get to the Cubs. Their bullpen is not the strongest, and I feel like I just feel like the Reds are overall just a better bet at a plus 230 rather than plus. I mean, it's not really that much of a difference, but I prefer the Reds in this spot. We'll go ahead and jump down to the NL East, and I'll already tell you my top two are going to be your second and third that are biggest odds, second or third highest odds. I do not like the Atlanta Braves. They do not have Freddie Freeman, which had one of the worst COVID cases out of any athlete we really heard of. But if I would have to go with one of these, I do like the Washington Nationals at a plus 250. It's really hard to go up against a team that just won the World Series, and as they did. Other than that, the Nationals didn't really lose much besides Anthony Rendon. They still have Scherzer. They still have Strasburg. Their pitching is really strong. Their bullpen is pretty strong, and I just don't see them really struggling this year. The only team I think that could actually match up with them is the Mets, and that's because, I mean, they don't have Strasburg now. Stroman, wow. And they don't have Noah Syndergaard, but I do think the Mets can pull off some type of division win. So either the Mets or the Nationals. Philadelphia is going to go 30-30, so don't even worry about them. And Miami is Miami.
Yeah, Miami. They're a complete joke. They're going to win all of 22 games this year, and that's being generous to them. Phillies, they're the most expensive 500 team in the league, so I have no interest in them at all, even at plus 325. Braves at plus 215. I do not see the value there. They lost their all-star player, Freddie Freeman, as you mentioned. They don't have Nick Markakis this year. They have Ronald Acuna Jr., but I'm not a huge fan of that. And then up until today, I really like the Mets at plus 275, but I just don't see it anymore. They don't have Syndergaard. We knew that already, but they lost Stroman today
And Gesellman.
and Gesellman. And when you have a team where their fifth starter is going to be Corey Oswalt, I'm not a huge fan of that. I can see them taking a wild card spot, and if Stroman can get healthy if they do make the playoffs, I can see them making a little bit of run in the playoffs. But at plus 275, I'm not going to be doing that. My pick would be plus 250 with the Washington Nationals. They're defending champions. Strasburg and Scherzer are going to carry that thing. Oh, and don't forget, they also have Patrick Corbin as a number 3. Pretty freaking good. So, and their lineup is still very good. Trey Turner is not a bad leadoff guy.
And I feel
Adam
like
Eaton's a good hitter. Yeah.
And then we're going to get to Juan Soto in terms of MVP.
Oh, absolutely.
He's definitely going to be in contention for that one, and I kind of might want to kind of aim towards him. I can't really speak. I don't know why, but I would have to go with either probably Washington at plus 250 or the Mets at plus 275. Honestly, Washington's probably the best choice for this one.
Absolutely.
All right, and then we jump down to let's just go to the last National League team, because finish off that division. Dodgers. Okay, good.
I mean, there's not really much debate there.
It's either Dodgers. And the only reason why I would end up betting on Dodgers at minus 715 is if I parlay them. I'm not going to directly bet Dodgers. It's just not worth it. Say if I went in and I wanted to place a $100 bet on them, I'm winning $14. So that's not really worth it. Where I can go and try to parlay them with, say, if I wanted to choose the Nationals and the Reds.
All of a sudden, you got really good.
All of a sudden, I bet $100 on that, you can win $1,300. So the only way that I would actually want to bet Dodgers is in a parlay. I'm not betting them directly.
Exactly. They're a pass. Straight up, they're a pass.
And then for the rest of the division, if I was going to aim at one of them, it would be the Diamondbacks at plus 900. I don't mind those odds, but honestly, nobody's touching the Dodgers this year. I have Dodgers as a World Series team, so.
Absolutely.
Going on to the AL, we'll start off with the Central Division. Twins are actually a minus 130, so they're actually favored quite nicely to make the playoffs. Then you got the Indians at a plus 265. The White Sox at a plus 285. I like that one. And the Tigers and the Royals at plus 8,000.
Nick? Funny how you say you like the Chicago White Sox. Literally before this video, I was writing down the teams I like for the divisions, and give me the White Sox at plus 285. I think they're definitely a team to look out for. They got Eloy Jimenez, Juan Moncada. Look out for Luis Roberts for Rookie of the Year. There's a little shot for the later in the video. But and then they have Lucas Giolito as their ace. I mean, this is looking like a really good team. And I think this may be their year to take that division. I like plus 285. That's definitely something I would want to parlay with the minus 715 Dodgers.
And just to keep in mind, they also have their all-star and Jose Abreu at first base, so it's really hard to go away from that one. Indians, they have a strong core with Francisco Lindor in their infield, but I just don't see them getting to that point. I would rather have the Twins over the Indians, but I'm not going to be betting Twins straight up, because minus 130
for a division winner. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not really that beneficial, because once again, for people who are new at betting, put $100 down on the Twins to win the thing, you're going to win 177 back. So it's not really like, wow, anything crazy. You really want to bet on some of the pluses instead of the minuses.
I love plus 285 for the White Sox. And actually, my second favorite for this one wouldn't be the Twins. It would be the Indians. I really like their front of the rotation. Mike Clevinger, Shane Bieber, and Carlos Carrasco are three really dominant pitchers, and I think that can lift them to a division title. And then you partner that with Francisco Lindor leading off in that lineup. Wow, I can't speak. With Jose Ramirez, like you got really good players there. So the Indians are definitely one to look out for, plus 265, but I really like plus 285 with the White Sox.
All right, I do like that as well. And Detroit and Kansas City, yes, it is a short season, but
they're a joke.
Yeah. On to the American League East. Yankees are at a minus 305. I mean, sorry, the Yankees, I understand that one. The Tampa Bay Rays are at a plus 350, which I actually like those odds a lot better. If I would place a bet down on the American League East, give me the plus 350 Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, it's a long shot, but it is a 60-game season, so you never know. Tampa Bay have been made the playoffs last year and they put in 5 games against the Houston Astros, so they are a team to be reckoned with. And they didn't really lose much over the offseason. I do like the Rays to give the Yankees problems. If they're going to, I don't think they're going to quite win the division, but if I would have to bet, I would have to bet on the Rays just because I'm not betting on minus 305 for a division.
Honestly, it's the Yankees are past for me here. I just don't see the Yankees have any shot at losing this division. Like, their lineup is just too dominant, honestly. So they're just not a team that I want to bet against. And at minus 305, I'll just take that, parlay that with like the Dodgers or something, and move on with my life. Because if I would have to take a long shot, maybe the Blue Jays, but I'm not trying to mess with that at all. Plus 2,700, those are crazy long shot odds. I like 27-1 though. That team does have a nice young core, Vlad Jr., Calvin Biggio, and all that, but I don't see a way you bet against the Yankees in this division.
Yeah, and the only bet I would put is the Tampa Bay Rays. Just if it was the full 182 game season, no, I'm not looking at the Tampa Bay Rays to win the division. But it's a 60 game season, so you never know. Anything can happen. Garrett Cole can get injured, or Judge can get injured. Somebody big on the Yankees can get injured. They fall apart. Rays win the division.
They will fall apart. Look at them last year.
I mean, yes, look at them. But
next man up.
You got to keep in mind it's a 60-game season, and we're going to be playing.
And they're winning 48 of them.
And you got to be thinking that they're going to be playing playoff baseball 2 weeks into the season, or even at the beginning. Tomorrow's opening night, they're going to be playing playoff baseball, or mindset of playoff baseball the entire year, because it is a 60-game season. Anything can happen. That's why I would be all right with taking the Tampa Bays at plus 350.
Ooh. This one's going to be juicy.
American League West. I have a different pick than the Astros.
Same here. Nope.
I would be interested in taking the Angels at a plus 550. Once again, it is a 60-game season, so I feel like the Angels are going to get into shape and be really, really good this year with their core of Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and now Anthony Rendon. I do think they're going to be a very strong team, and if I would have to place a bet down, I'm going with them to win the American League West.
Where to start? The Angels. Your pick there. Remember how I said Philadelphia is the most expensive 500 team? Yeah. Angels are a close number 2. You're paying Rendon that much. You're paying Trout that much. That's a lot of money to win 31 games this year. But my pick is actually not the Astros either. Minus 155, I'm not a huge fan of those odds. If I'm picking a division winner, I want positive money. That's why, unless I'm parlaying different division winners. But with that being said, I like the Oakland Athletics at plus 230.
Okay, I could see that.
Their pitching last year was good. Their bullpen is what won them games. And their lineup Their lineup's really good this year. They got Matt Chapman. They got Mark Hanha. They got someone who I am taking a look at for MVP, Marcus Simeon. They're looking like a good team, and they didn't really lose much in the offseason. So I'm looking at the Oakland Athletics here at plus 230 as my pick to win the division.
I'm still going Angels, but that's because they're a plus 550, and I would like the big odds because if you place a $100 bet, you're winning 650. It's just a good number for me to go with. I'm not interested in Texas, not interested in Seattle, and I'm not interested in Houston just because they're a minus 155.
The only minus ones I'm interested in are the Dodgers and the Yankees.
I would not want to bet on a straight up on a minus just because it's not worth the money.
Here, do one quick thing before we move on to the league. Dodgers, Astros, Yankees.
All right, so if you wanted to place a $100 bet on these three winners, you're winning $250.
Okay, you got plus 150 odds. Okay, I just want to see what the odds were for that. That's not a terrible parlay, honestly.
No, it's not, but I'm not really. I would have to add
I would have to do Yankees,
I would have
Dodgers.
to add one of these teams in there.
I'd have to do Yankees, Dodgers, and Reds or White Sox or something like that.
I would have to do something like that, yeah. We'll go ahead and jump to the league winners, seeing that we talked about who we think are going to win the divisions. And we'll start off with the National League. Dodgers plus 170. Once again, I don't think it's worth the bang for the buck in order to bet this. The plus 170 is they're the heavy favorites to make the World Series, but I don't think I want to be putting a bet down there. I would want to be looking at teams that have a little bit of a bigger number. So if I would, should we just give them our top threes?
Sure.
All right, my top three. Washington Nationals coming back. I would be 100% going with a plus 750 Nationals. Plus 1100 Reds.
Yep.
I would be more inclined, it's a plus 1100. That's the only reason why I'd actually be interested. And then, bias aside, I do think the Mets have a shot. Plus 900, I would be all right with going with them as well. So, Nationals, Mets, Reds, those would be my top three to win the National League.
If I'm making a bet strictly to make money, it's the Dodgers. They are by and far, as you can tell by these odds, the best team in the National League. The only way they really don't make the World Series is injuries. If Mookie Betts gets hurt,
they got to lose the World Series for themselves.
Yes, I think they're making the World Series again. They've done it the last 3 years. Why can't they do it again?
60-game season, never know.
I have no interest in that plus 600.
Absolutely not. The Braves just don't look that strong at all this year, and they're missing a lot of pieces, and I'm not a fan of them.
I love the Reds. I really like those plus 1100 odds. It's a nice 11-1. They make it, you're profiting $1,100. Yeah, I kind of looking at your Mets there. I want to see one quick thing real quick. What if we parlay?
Plus 643, so 700.
I really like that.
I'd be alright with that too.
I don't mind a parlay of the Yankees and the Dodgers.
But I will throw a dark horse for the National League just to that
22-1.
I wouldn't be opposing putting a bet on the Diamondbacks to make the World Series as a dark horse, but that is a really, really long shot.
Scroll up for one more second. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only see 5 teams on this list. 6, my bad. 6 teams that I see any shot at making the World Series. Those would be the Dodgers, the Nationals, the Cardinals, the Reds, the Mets, and the Cubs. Those are the only 6 teams I see making this World Series.
So Dodgers, Washington, Mets, Reds, and Cubs. Got it.
And Cardinals.
Okay. All right. And go down to the American League. I'll give my top 3. I mean, if you have to make a bet.
If you're making a bet strictly to win money, you're betting the Yankees.
Betting the Yankees, but that's just a small profit. Tampa Bay
Plus 800.
Plus
That's
800.
a wild card, though. So
I'm interested in the Reds just because they're plus 800. They're one of the stronger teams in the American League. I do not mind that at all. And if I had to pick one other team, give me a plus 1500 Angels. I feel like that could be an interesting spot to bet on. That or the White Sox.
See, the Angels could be interesting because
Hey, you can parlay these things. Don't parlay league winners with 2 American League. That's dumb.
Yeah. The Angels wouldn't be a bad pick if they make the playoffs, which there's an extended field this year. So that should be an interesting way to look at it. Yankees. If you're making a bet to win money, you're betting the Yankees. I like the 12-1 and the 15-1 odds. Honestly, the White Sox are not a bad team this year. I like them. And then Oakland, you know how I feel about Oakland with my last pick with the divisions. So those are not bad picks. Of course, I just picked my division winners. But
yeah, exactly. World Series. This is where you can get some really nice odds. If I'm placing bets on World Series winners, I'm not going for the top 2 just because.
If you're betting just to try to have the best chance at winning the money, you're betting the Dodgers.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
Yeah, if you want to make money, sure, you can definitely do that and place a bet down that the Dodgers will make the win the World Series and you'll win your $375 on a $100 bet and move on. But if you're betting, that's not that you're not betting the Dodgers and you're not betting the Yankees just because I don't feel like it's worth the dollar. If I would have to bet, I would like Tampa Bay.
18-1 is not bad.
Plus 1800 for Tampa Bay. I would be all right with going back to back with the Nationals for betting odds.
25-1 with the Reds is not
25-1 with the Reds. 35-1 with the Angels is not bad.
I'll pass.
Oakland's not bad, and I'm not really looking at any teams down here. Plus 50,000 for the Seattle Mariners. Yeah, no. So basically, if you bet $1 and win 501 if they win the World Series.
Don't tempt me.
$100 bet,
you win 50 grand.
50 grand, but
that's insane.
Seattle's not winning the World Series. None of the teams that are plus 5,000 are going to win the World Series. Don't even look at them.
I think none past 3,500 will win the World Series.
Dodgers, Yankees, Rays,
Mets.
Nationals, Mets, White Sox, Indians, Angels.
And I think the only way the Mets win it is if Stroman gets healthy before the playoffs.
Yeah. But that's pretty much, well, we can look at regular season wins.
You want to start just rattling off over/under?
No, we'll save that for another video.
Okay. Awards.
Let's go to the awards real quick. And we'll just give our top 2 for these. We'll just go through them quickly because the video is already 23 minutes long and we don't need to go on forever. We'll just go ahead and do the MVP and the Cy Youngs and we'll move on and then we'll end the video. Cy Young Awards. Go into the best pitchers in each league. If I would have to bet, I know I mentioned how you don't really want to do that, but Jacob deGrom, I feel like it's really, really strong that he wins the Cy Young again, even in a short season. But if you wanted to go away from the essential chalk, I wouldn't mind Clayton Kershaw at a 1,500-1, 1,500 plus 1,500. I would not mind Aaron Nola at plus 2,200. And even Zach Wheeler in his new home of Philadelphia, I wouldn't mind at plus 5,000.
Zach Wheeler's not even the best pitcher on his pitching staff.
No, but yeah, Aaron Nola's right above him. Give me Clayton Kershaw at 1,500 or Steven Strasburg at plus 1,200. One or the other.
You know, there's something very funny I found about both your picks. They're not even the best pitchers on their team.
It's a 60-game season. You never know.
if I'm going to Vegas, I'm putting down money on these. I would sprinkle my bets. These are nice odds that you can put some money on each of them, and I like Walker Buehler
Plus
at
800.
plus 800. Jack Flaherty also at plus 800. I really like. If you think the Reds are going to be really good this year, Luis Castillo is not a bad option at plus 1800. Of course, I like Jacob deGrom at 350, but who doesn't like him at 350? If you want to go balls to the wall crazy, Josh Hader. I mean, Dennis Eckersley did it. He's the best reliever in baseball, so.
Plus 5,000. Yeah, that's actually not totally good. Robbie Ray could be an interesting idea.
But yeah. Edwin Diaz.
Steve Matt's on there. Michael
Fultonevich.
That's a dark horse one that you could possibly. Mad Bum.
In his new home.
You never know. But if I would have to put down, I'm going to be looking at Clayton Kershaw. I'm going to be looking at Strasburg and maybe Wheeler. And then some of the other ones that were out there a little bit too. AL Cy Young.
Garrett Cole, let's move on. All right.
No, I wouldn't place money on Garrett Cole.
I would.
Oh,
I'd make a pretty high significant bet on Garrett Cole.
All right, fine. I'm taking out Garrett Cole. Shane Bieber plus 800. Snell plus 900. I really like. Going down to 3,000 with Zach Greinke is not a bad idea. Corey Kluber, not a bad idea. Tyler Glasnow, not a bad idea.
You want my two picks that are not named Garrett Cole?
Yep.
Give me plus 1,800 Lucas Giolito. Give me plus 1,000 Mike Clevenger. Next.
Okay, that's fine.
Lucas Giolito really came out of his shell last year. He pitched really well, and I think the White Sox are going to be a really good team. On the contrary, whoever wins that the AL Central, it's either going to be Lucas Giolito winning the Cy Young, or it's going to be Mike Clevenger. If the Indians come out with that division, he is winning that Cy Young.
Okay. Let's move on to NL MVP.
Okay, I'm just looking at the numbers real quick.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Mookie Betts.
Plus 550, those are not terrible odds.
Yeah, and that's not really that terrible of odds, plus 550. Robert Acuna Jr. would actually be the one that I would like the most, and then
Juan Soto.
It's hard to really go away from that. Honestly, all the Paul,
you fade $2,500 plus 2,500 Freddie Freeman, obviously.
Oh, he's not playing this year. So anybody but Freddie Freeman that's plus 3,000 up, I figure have a chance.
I like Pete Alonso at 30-1. He really came out of his shell last year.
He should have won MVP last year, to be honest.
No, Rookie of the Year was perfectly okay for him. No, Cy Young, that went to Bellinger. That was well deserved.
Oh, MVP went to Bellinger, not Cy Young.
Or you know what I mean.
Javier Baez plus 1,800.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if the Cubs have a decent year,
yeah. All right.
I don't think you want to assess this. Get out of here. Scram. Don't even. But I don't think pitchers are going to win the MVP.
No.
Let's go on to AL MVP and then we'll end the video.
Mike Trout next.
All right, Mike Trout. All right, that's going to end the video for now. Anybody not named Mike Trout?
Nope. No interest. My bad. Marcus Semien.
Marcus Semien plus 4,000, sure. Anybody not named Mike Trout? Jose Altuve at plus 4,000 is not a bad option. Bogarts at plus 3,000 is not a bad option. Matt Chapman at plus 2,000 is not a bad option.
I was going to say, if Oakland wins the division, he's winning.
Donaldson, Bregman, all these guys and Lindor, all these guys I would honestly be okay with betting on.
Then sprinkle some bets.
Sprinkle some bets on those guys, and I feel like one of those will end up winning the MVP. But that will pretty much do it. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know. Leave a comment. Leave a like. No, I don't really. I haven't really done research on those. So
okay, Gavin Lux and Lewis Roberts.
Cool.
There you go.
But if you guys want to see more betting odd videos, we are planning on doing one for the NBA coming up soon. So go ahead, leave a like, comment if you would like to see one of those videos. And I'll be having baseball videos every day now. Let's get it. So good luck to you guys all, and let's cash.